Good morning, family. Good morning. Let me know how my volume is. Chime on in, like, tag, and share. Thank God for this amazing morning that we have. A new day, a new start. Another day of opportunity. If you're going to work or it's time for you to get online for that business or whatever you do that God has made a means for you to be able to provide for yourself and your family. So I just had a brief word, not a deep word, but a word of revelation, instruction, and self-evaluation, concerning no more detours. And in this season, you have to be very careful about your relationships, about your fellowship, about who you allow to attach yourself to and who is attached to you. And so in this season, make sure you have your spiritual eyes open and your spiritual ears keen, because this is not a season to be going in any more detours, especially for those of you that are looking forward to kingdom marriage, mandated marriages that are joined together by God, not somebody that you just find and join up with. It's a big difference. Somebody that you pick between somebody that God chooses. Let me stay right there for a moment. And I think that's a lot of the reasons for our detours is because we are picking the person and God hasn't chosen them. And so we attach ourselves, align ourselves with people that we have chosen that God hasn't chosen. And that's why we going on these detours, Have you ever thought about, why do you keep getting in these marriages that, wind up in divorce, these relationships that wind up in breakups, and these people that you meet and you wind up in, as they call it now, situationships, It's just a situation because it's not really a relationship. There's really no relating, A relationship is not, when you come together and just pay bills, don't have no purpose, don't have no destiny, don't have no mantle, That's the same way with marriage. You got a lot of people that are being married for convenience, marrying out of convenience, because it's the right thing to do. But just because you doing something out of the right motive to do it, don't mean that you'll wind up with the right person, And I'm seeing a lot of that. I hear a lot of that on a daily basis on our platform, Ready to Say I Do, and other ones that I affiliate with and monitor. So be careful, Be careful that you don't go on no detours, because you got to do a spiritual checkup, because Satan hears you when you pray also, And so he'll bring you a counterfeit. He'll bring you something that looks like the real, something that's close to it, But you got to have enough discernment to ask God, having that intimate relationship. Who sent you, And be willing to wait for the confirmation. and be willing to accept if he says that they are not the one. You know, just because they are a man or woman of God, or they have a title or a ministry or a building or a following, that don't make them your husband or your wife or your kingdom mate, or that's not the person assigned to your mantle. Um, I was explaining to somebody last night, they was asking me, they said, well, you talk about mantles a lot, emphasize on that a little bit. I said a mantle is something that God places on your life that far exceeds a building. A mantle goes generations. It creates lineages, it creates legacy. It breaks generational curses. It's far beyond a church building. Some people ministry, some people mantles are only confined to a building. That's why they can't preach or teach outside of a building. That's why they so rushing to get back into the building. But when you got a mantle, God can use you on your job. When you have a mantle, God can use you in Walmart. He can use you in Winn-Dixie. He can use you in Piggly Wiggly. He can use you to your family. He can use you to your mate. He can use you to your children. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's not just confined to when you're in the pulpit. And we got to stop teaching people that the end all and be all of ministry is the pulpit ministry, or inside the four walls of the building. So it's time for us to stop taking our people in ministry on detours, having them chasing titles. Everybody becoming an apostle and a prophet now. Sit down and learn something. Get taught. Get built it up so you don't go out messy, so you don't attach to the wrong people, so you don't take the wrong assignments, so you don't wind up in the wrong church or in the wrong ministry, and then that stains you. Stop going on detours because of the crowd, the name of the person or the name of the building or how large the following. Always ask God, is this a person that I should be assigned to? Is this a person that I should be following or in fellowship with? Or these are the people that's supposed to be my spiritual parents, my spiritual mother, my spiritual father? Is this person the person that's supposed to be my spiritual mentor, my spiritual coach? We got to be very careful. And the reason why a lot of people are going on detours because they don't have those essential things that I just said just now in their life. They don't have good, wise counsel, spiritual advisors, people that have the experience, people who have walked the walk, people that have lived through what would kill most people. And so I just wanted to posit that word this morning, that we got to stop going on these detours, because I'm seeing so many divorces, so many breakups, so many situationships. You deserve better. You deserve greater. God has more for you. When God created you with a destiny in mind. And so that means when he created you with a destiny in mind, he created help in mind. That means he already had your help in mind. You understand how important that is? That your destiny, your purpose, your calling in God was so important that before the foundation of the world, that God already instituted it. He already established it. He already put it in the earth. That means they're already here. You just have to come in alignment to find them or to be found. So your season is coming. You ain't gonna always be going through situationships. You ain't gonna always be winding up in divorce. You ain't gonna always be winding up in breakups or situationships where you gotta keep moving in and out and starting over. Or it didn't work out. Now you gotta go start over. You know, you gotta try again. You pick the wrong one, or it didn't work out, or it took some months or it took some years for you to finally discover, to come to the grips that, that's not the one that God has for my life, assigned for my life. They can't speak life. They can't resurrect anything. They can't help me. They can't push me forth in my purpose. They can't help me with my mantle that God has called me to carry. And they're not going where God is taking me. And so therefore, I'm not going on any more detours. Have you made your mind up that this year in 2021 that you're not going to go on any more detours? That what God has for you, what He has assigned to your life, that is coming in this season? Because truth be told, a lot of people don't like this kind of teaching, but some of the people that are assigned to you are in situationships. I know you say, Bishop, that don't sound right. That don't sound spiritual. That don't sound like it's from God. But think about it. Everybody that's with somebody ain't assigned or joined together by God. So some people mates are in marriages that they ought not be in. Some people mates are in relationships with people that they ought not be in. That's why God gave me this, that it's time out for any more detours. It's time to get out. It's time for some of you to get that divorce and realize this ain't God's will for my life. Ain't no purpose, ain't no destiny in it. It's not helping my mantle. I'm no further when I entered into this marriage or this relationship. I've been going in the same circles over and over, arguing and fussing about the same thing, begging, pleading, still not being fulfilled, still looking outward, when God has somebody that has everything that you need in them, and that you don't have to go on any more detours no more, no more divorces, no more dead-end relationships, no more situationships where you're trying to figure it out, see what's going to happen, So you be blessed today, be encouraged, be strengthened, that this is your ending season for detours, and that God has greater for you. And He's prepared that one for you. He's prepared your calling. He pre-approved your mantle. He given you the authority. You need to step out on faith, regardless to how it looks, what your family may say, what your friends may say, what your children may say, what your parents may say, what your church may say, what your ministry may say, because you have a mantle, you have a calling, you have a mission, you have a vision that God is trying to birth forth, that He's trying to get you to that place of destiny. And 9 times out of 10, it's somebody, someplace, some group of people that you're fellowshipping with, assigned to, involved in, that's continuously taking you on these detours. I pray today that you be delivered from every detour, every person that's a distraction, every purpose, any person that's hindered your purpose, any person that's causing confusion with your calling, any person that's giving you a misconception of the mantle that God has on your life, but that He bring it together in the fullness, in the season, and that you experience no more detours. This is your brother, your friend, Bishop Anthony M. UC. I'll see you out there on Facebook land. Pray for me as I pray for you, that we don't encounter any more detours in 2021. Grace and peace be unto you. One love. I'm out.